Here is the pretty dress.
High school graduation is an important and special day in a teenager's life.
Very exciting. I love it, and I just can't wait for the ceremony.
Carissa Chaput and her foster mom are putting the final touches on her outfit before she'll walk across the stage.
It's going to be nice to see the full circle.
But for years, Carissa wasn't sure she would survive long enough to see this day.
I thought I was gonna be dead. Yeah. Even just my whole life growing up, I thought I was gonna die.
The 19-year-old was exploited. She says the abuse started at the age of 5 by her father.
First time, he actually tried killing me, tried stomping on my neck. He would drag me around by my hair, beat me up, just sexual abuse.
She was moved into foster care, but says the abuse never stopped, and she often ran away. She spent an entire year inside this North End home being drugged, trafficked, and sold by others to support their drug habit.
I was exploited, I was abused really, really bad.
Going back to the house where it happened is too hard for her. The memories come flooding back too easily, all on their own.
I was held hostage until I was found by police, detectives, until they raided the house for me. And when I was found, I had chlamydia in my eyes from all the stuff that was happening to me. I was really beaten up really bad. I was 92 pounds.
She says child welfare workers gave up on looking for her while she was missing. Chaput could have used the protections laid out in Call for Justice 12.14, designed to protect Indigenous girls and other youth in care. Rachel Willen says the lack of progress is disheartening.
We have a long, long way to go with our national inquiry and all the recommendations that 231 calls to justice.
Willen is a social worker and took Chaput in as her foster child not long after she was rescued.
I didn't want to have somebody on my watch overdosing, getting murdered, being found in dumpsters.
Winnipeg Police Sergeant Andrea Scott says there's a strong link between missing and trafficked children, and too often the child welfare system is a root problem.
Manitoba has the highest number of kids in care, so that puts us behind to begin with.
According to the Canadian Women's Foundation, runaways are often picked up by traffickers in the first 24 to 48 hours. Scott says in just the first 3 months of this year, 40 missing persons cases in Winnipeg have become exploitation files.
I think Manitoba is greater at risk for exploitation of that because of the vulnerabilities of our youth.
Joyce Smith has worked with victims as young as 4 years old. Her foundation has helped more than 7,000 Canadians who've been trafficked.
It happens less than a kilometer from where people live. And even in the rural areas, it's not only the city of Winnipeg, it's all over Manitoba.
Smith says roughly 70% of victims trafficked in Manitoba are Indigenous, and too many have ties to CFS. She says too often these children are falling through the cracks.
There has to be accountability with CFS, where there's outside people coming in to examine what is the home situation, how are things going, and that really doesn't happen the way it should happen. There's also a lack of scrutiny.
It's what Chaput says happened to her, but now she's on the other side. And thanks to Willen, she plans to go into social work to make sure others don't go through what she did. Brittany Greenslade, CBC News, Winnipeg.